Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you don't know me, it's That Proud Black Woman, and I'm currently on break, so I thought, why not do another video? So I came into my car. By the way, don't look at that, okay? I'm trying to cover up the logo, so alright, so don't look. Anyway, before we get started, click the like button, subscribe, and make sure that you share the video with all your family and friends, okay? So today's topic, you would have seen from the title, is let's talk about police. I'm not talking about brutality or anything, but I'm talking about the biases that they have due to people's color. So I'm going to share a story of a close relative, like a really close relative. I'm not going to mention their name, but those that know, they know. Okay, so this is about a very close relative, and he went out, I think it was about 3 or 4 years ago, and he was new to Canada, and he was in school, so he went out with some of his friends, which at that time they were all people of color. There were 4. So on their way back, mind you, they haven't drank any alcohol or anything. So this police car saw them and started following them. Are you surprised? It's called racial profiling, right? So he's just thinking to himself, for 4 people of color to be in their car by this time of the day, I think it was like 2 a.m. or something, they must have been up to something. So he pulled them over, and when he pulled them over, the first thing he did was, first, like every regular person, check their license and registration, and then he went back to check their insurance to be sure that they're not involved in some kind of insurance fraud or something. So after checking, he saw that he didn't get anything. He went back to them and tried to make sure that they blow into a breathalyzer to be sure that they are not drunk. He checked that they were fine. He went around the car, and then he came back and said, "Why are you driving with a high beam?" And then he wrote them a ticket of $120 for nothing. Mind you, it wasn't like on the street or something. It was like just to see properly. There was no oncoming car or anything. So he gave them a ticket for driving at night with high beam. At that point, the close relative, came to me and said, how can he fight this? So I said, well, let's appeal. At that time, we appealed, but then the court date they gave us was like the following year. It happened around October. They gave us a date for June, so we didn't pay the $120, but we started researching how can we, like, on what grounds can we appeal. We checked online, we checked on YouTube, we checked everywhere. We couldn't find anything about high beam. We've seen about speed, we've seen about drunk driving, we've seen about all kinds of driving. Later, mind you, at this point in time, it never came to us about racism. Like, we never thought about it. We never thought about racism. So on that day, I even made a joke because the relative said, you know what, I'm going to plead guilty, but guilty with reasons. And I was laughing. I was like, there's nothing like guilty with reason. It's either you're guilty or you're innocent. So, but I couldn't give support to that person because I went to work. And the next day, I tried to inquire, how did it go? And then this person said, oh, he pleaded guilty. I was like, oh, you did what? Like, why did we appeal in the first place if you're going to plead guilty? And then he said, but you said there's nothing like guilty with reasons. I said, yeah, that means you honest lies on them to prove that you were actually doing something wrong that made them to charge you the $120 fine. So anyway, he already pleaded guilty. There's nothing we could do about that. All they did was reduce the fine to $80. Needless to say, his insurance went through the roof. So later on, we're just discussing recently, and we were like, that was racial profiling, and we could have used that as a ground for appeal, right? But it never came to us. So if you're going through something like that, if you have tickets and you feel like the only reason why you got stopped was because you were being racially profiled, that's a thing that you can use as an appeal. Don't just go pay the fine, okay? So I told you this was going to be a short video. Remember, it's That Proud Black Woman. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button. Make sure that you share it with your family and friends. Don't be stingy. There's enough of me for everybody, okay? So make sure you subscribe, make sure you share, and make sure you comment. let me know your thoughts. If you've been through any kind of racial profiling while you're driving, let me know. Okay, thank you so much, and see you in my next video. Bye.